What's up, guys? What's up, guys? We are another with another video. So today's video is gonna be we're gonna do focus of the week. As you know that at Forex Coast we like to do focus of the week, what we see on the market the following week. So we are going to analyze Nasdaq. As you know that we like to trade Nasdaq, and then the new index that we're gonna analyze today is US30. So we're gonna focus on US30. So let's get to it. Before we get to it, don't forget to hit the subscribe button and don't forget to like and share the video. So let's head in. So we are gonna start up by daily time frame. As you know that we like to do our breakdown on daily time frame, and then we break it down to 30 minutes. So let's get to it, guys. Let's get to it. So this is a daily time frame. So we want to take our trend line to adjust it to touch several sides, like here. As you know, during those weeks that this trend line was still holding. So we are having something like this on NES 100. We are having something like this. So in terms of the trend is an uptrend. So you want to focus more on buying, even though uh, we closed the week by selling. But I believe the market is creating an inverse head and shoulder for it to push up. So we are having something like this. Let's draw what we see. So we are having something like this. We had a push here, and then we came to our make a bounce on the trend line, and then we pushed up, and then we came and then made our bounce on the trend line. And right now, I believe we will have something like this. We'll break this high. We'll break this high. So the market right now is still coming. It's coming. It came for inverse head and shoulder. That's what I see on Nasdaq. So let's see what is Nasdaq printing. Nasdaq is, before we come down, we before we go up, we are mostly in a falling channel. This was a falling channel, and then even here previously we had a falling channel that was forming. So the market did manage and to break the falling channel, and then right now we came back for a retest on the falling channel. So we wanna trade it. We wanna trade it. We wanna trade it going up. So what we see on Nasdaq is an uptrend, clear and uptrend. So let's mark off where we're gonna trade it, because you remember that you have to focus on the current structure. Forget about the old structure. Focus on the current structure. So right now we're gonna focus on this. Let's take a ray, put it here. That's where we're gonna focus on Nasdaq. So let's put a ray here. So this level holds. This level always held. So we rejected here. We made a bounce of on this ray, and then we went down, and then we touched the trend line. And then when we reached this point, we then rejected here, and then we went down. When we broke this ray, we came for a retest, and then we pushed up. Right now, we did manage to get double confirmation on the trend line together at our ray. So right now we are pushing up because we had a double confirmation of a double bottom here. We reversed with the double bottom, and then we touched our support, and then we touched our support trend line. So we had for confirmation that the market now we are pushing to the upside. So let's take a ray where we see our shoulder here. That's where we see our shoulder. So we see our shoulder here. Our shoulder, the market is respecting this level. As you can see, we came and rejected this zone, we rejected this zone, we rejected this zone. Finally, we broke this zone, and then we came for a retest at smaller time frame. I think 1 hour we formed a double bottom structure, and then right now we are about to touch this zone for us to reverse to the upside. So we're expecting something like like this during the week. We're expecting a push to the upside. We're expecting a push to the upside. So if we can zoom clearly and see what structure do we have, we are having something like this. We are having something like this. So the head and shoulder that I'm seeing, let's just mark where we see our head and shoulder. So let's make it this to be let's make it to be no, let's delete it, and then so The head and shoulder that I'm seeing is like this. This was our shoulder, and then we had a head, and then we pushed to the upside, and then right now I believe we are having another shoulder being formed, and then after this head and shoulder, the market's gonna push to the upside. So this is what I see on Nasdaq. I see an inverse head and shoulder. There's a possibility that the whole of this week we might push up. We might push up. As you know, forex we only do prediction only. We only do prediction. So we are not sure that the market can come down and then play with us before we go up. But what I see is very clear. I see a head and shoulder on Nasdaq, and I see the push that upside this week. So let's remove this, and then let's go to H4 time frame. Let's go to H more time frame so that we can see more information on that H4 time frame. So, but before we go, let's just take this off. So it's clear we see an uptrend, and then we see a head and shoulder, possible inverse head and shoulder. So let's make it like this. So let's go to H4 side time frame so that we can capitalize on H4 time frame so that we can see. Yeah, so what we see here, this is our shoulder. This is our shoulder. This is our right shoulder here. So this is our right shoulder, but our neckline is somewhere here. So let's just mark off our neckline before we start with our analysis. So put let's just put our resistance here, which is our neckline. So this is our resistance on H4. So the market cannot push up. If it pushes up, we will come for a retest before we go up. So what I'm saying is something like this. Something like this, guys. Something like this. Let's take a pattern then. When the market pushes up and then we come and break this zone, we will come back for a retest before we push to the upside. So be on the lookout for that. Be on the lookout for that. And then if you want to hold it, you can buy around this zone. You can buy around this zone and then hold it until to this point. We're going to take our profit when the market come to this point. So let's just mark off our zone. So here we are having a possible head and shoulder. So we are having a retest on a shoulder. So let's just mark off this zone and then remove the ray. So we are having something like this. So there's a zone here. There's a very strong zone which is supporting here, guys. So there's a very strong zone. If you can count the number of touches that the market came here, even here on our latest data, we came and rejected at this zone, and then right now we're having a rejection on this zone, and then we are having another rejection. So it's kind of 1, 2, 3, and then 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So this zone is very strong. So right now we are pushing to the upside. So we are having something like a forming channel, still forming. So let's just put our trend line. Let's just put our trend line to be like this. Let's just put it to be like this. Perfect. So let's just take it to adjust it to be somewhere here. So we are having something like this on an H4 time frame. So the market is telling us that right now I'm pushing to the upside. So we are having a head and shoulder. Don't forget the head and shoulder. We're having a head and shoulder which is currently forming. So you want to wait for a retest on the leg line, or when the market opens today, you can buy it. When the market opens today, you can buy it. So let's just take our support trend line and then put it below. So our support trend line is like this. So this is our support trend line here. So we came and rejected at our support trend line, and then right now what we see, like I said, we are pushing to the upside. We are pushing to the upside. So if you want to scalp it, you can buy it and then hold it till to this zone, and then you take your profit around this zone. So as for us, like this week, we see a clear buy. We are in number one. We saw inverse head and shoulder on a daily time frame, and then we break it down to H4. So we saw a channel on H4, and then we saw rejection on the support on an H4 stick. So which means it's confirming for us that this week we are gonna buy, or when the market opens midnight, we wanna focus on buy on Nasdaq. So you go, if you wanna scalp it, you can take your profit here. But if we break this zone, wait for a retest here at this zone. Just wait for a retest at this zone, maybe two candlestick of rejection, or maybe two candlestick of rejection, or even one. So you can buy it and then focus on taking your overall profit here. So this is an overall profit, but right now you wanna buy it and then take your profit around here. So this is what we see on H4. So then let's move to H1. But H1, I think we're gonna see the same thing that we see on H4. So this is what an H1 is showing us. H1 is showing us something like this. So we are having a rejection on our support, big rejection on our support. So the market wants to push up. The market wants to push up because we checked the trend line. We had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 rejection on our support trend line. So when the market opens, to be on the safer side, you can wait for the market to come and break this rectangle, and then you wait for a retest, and then you can capitalize more movement when the market is going up. So remember, you'll take your profit when the market arrives here, and then you wanna wait for it to break here. If you break this point, you're gonna come for a retest, and then you're gonna take your retest. Or if you want to, we want an early entry, you can just put your break on the trend line, and then for something like this, wait for something like this. If we break with a big candlestick outside, or a buying candlestick outside, that's when you can buy it and then hold it till this point. So this is what we see on Nasdaq. So your entries, you're gonna find your entries on 30 minutes. So focus more on 30 minutes, because 30 minutes shows us big rejection than which we saw on the bigger time frame. So on 30 minutes, we are seeing a more candlestick rejection than what we saw on higher time frames. So just wait for the candlestick to break this counter trend line, and then that when you see a bullish candlestick, that's when you can capitalize or take your entries. So this is what we see. We see a buy on Nasdaq, we see a push to the upside, and then we are done with Nasdaq. Let's go to US daily. Let's go to US daily. So US daily. Okay, this is US daily. So US daily. Let's break it down. Let's erase this. Let's erase this. Let's erase this and then go to daily time frame. As you know, we like to start our analysis on daily time frame. So let's zoom out. Let's zoom out and see what do we see on Nasdaq. On not Nasdaq, US 80. US 80. This is US 80 for you. And then what we see on US 80, I think we have reached our highest point, and then the market from here we are going down. Made it, we are going down. So this is what we see there. So we see this upper trend line. Let's just put our lower trend line below our support trend. I like to call it a support trend line. So let's just put it to be here. So let's just put it to be here, and then our highest point, and then our IC as support here. So let's just put our support zones around this zone. So if we can break our support trend line, we are coming to this zone. So this is what it's holding on daily time frame. This is our support areas where the market is supported previously. So let's go to each for set time frame that we can see what do we have. So we are having something like this. We are having a clear up channel. We are seeing a clear up channel, but I trade USD. I don't really get my entries on my trend line, but I do get it on my demand and supply zones. So be on the lookout. We will make a video of demand and supply. So US30 likes to make demand and supply, which is respecting demand and supply. So we want to trade US30 using demand and supply. So, but we're gonna upload a video talking about that demand and supply. So here, that's where I see my strong zone on H4. My strong zone on H4, we're seeing something like this. So another zone somewhere here, there's another zone, and then yeah, this is perfect. So if we can come down, if we can come down, and then we break our resistance, we'll come back for a retest, and then we wanna capitalize more on sales. That right now USDT, it's making sell. I believe it's gonna sell until this support. I believe the sell that is going is coming. We are coming here. I believe we are coming here. So, but this is an H4 time frame for you. Let's just mark off our highest point. Our highest point, we even turned creating a double bottom. So it showed us that no, right now I'm going down. So let's go to H1 time frame. That's where we're gonna do most of our analysis from there. So as you can see this chart, we like to focus more on current structure than latest structure, than old structure. So focus more on current data. So let's just make it like this. So I see something like this. See something like this. Something like this on US daily. This is US daily. So I see something, a push. We had a push previously. So let's just adjust this. Let's put our resistance line. Let's take our resistance line and then put it above this zone. So what we had on US30, we were in this channel for such a long time, and then the market came and created a double bottom structure, and then we made a sell at this double bottom, and then we waited for a retest, and then the market gave us a retest, but it was a little bit of consolidation. But on H1 time frame, we know that okay, we had a retest, and then after the retest, the market made a huge drop. So this is what confirmed for us that okay, right now I'm creating a double bottom, I'm failing to push up. So remember, reversal patterns, your double bottom, you know your double bottom, and then we had a retest, and then we created a long candlestick, bearish candlestick, confirming to us that no, right now I'm selling. So US30 closed with a sell last week. So we are still, I believe, we are still on sell. So what I see is this. So I see something like this in the market. So this is what I see. So let's take our trend line and then put it somewhere here. Let's put it here. Let's put it here. Let's put it here. And then if we broke our trend line, let's delete this. Let's delete this. So we are working with the current structure. So we want to know where are we going to sell it. We want to know where we are going to sell US30. So let's just adjust our upper trend line so that we can see what we have. So we are having something like this on US30. We are having some kind of a falling channel. So but right now we are in support. Now. So right now we are at support. So the market is giving us some kind of a showing us that no, I'm going to break our support, which it will be turned into a resistance. So the market, it will break this zone, and then we will come back for a retest. That's when we're going to take our entry midnight. So if we come and break our support, we will wait for a retest. Or if you want to have an early entry, You want to put your trend line here, and then the market is going to go down, and then it's going to come back for a retest, and then you can take sell from down. But the safest entry that I see, I see the market coming to break this support, and then we wait for a retest. If the market gives us a retest, we're going to hold until this zone. So your first take profit, your take profit will be here. Let's go short on US 30. Let's go short on US 30. So adjust your stop loss to be just 40 pips. Let's make it to be very tight, very tight. No, like this. So your overall take profit, if the market gives us a retest, we're gonna wait for a retest, and then we're gonna take sells as the market is pushing to the downside. So this is what we see on US 30. US 30 doesn't really use channels, but it uses support and resistance, or your demand and supply. So trade US 30 using your support and resistance. So this is what we saw on 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 US 30. This is what we see on US 30. We are seeing a push to the downside because we saw a double bottom structure. So we are seeing a push to the downside. We are seeing something like this. We are seeing US 30 selling around this level. From here, we will be determined by candlesticks. If we break our support, we want to wait again for a retest at this zone, and then we will take sales going down. So if this entry misses, if you miss this entry, wait for the market to reach this point, and then wait for a retest at these zones. Wait for a retest at this zone, and then you will take yourself, and then going down. So on US 30, we are seeing a push to the downside. On Nasdaq, we are seeing a push to the upside. So we are done with analyzing your US 30 and your Nasdaq. So guys, don't forget to hit the subscribe button, and don't forget to like and share this video. We will still bring you more valuable video in the future. So don't forget to hit the subscribe button, and then like and share. So this is what we see on US 30, and then that's what we saw on Nasdaq. So Nasdaq, we saw a buy, and then US 30 we saw a sell. But before you sell this index, be patient with them. Sell your retest, buy your retest. Don't just buy because you see a long candlestick. Just wait for it to come where you want it to come. So you want to take your entries at your support level, or your trend line, or you want to take entries according to the rejection, or your bullish engulfing, or your piercing candles, or even your doji candles. So this is what we see on the index. So guys, don't forget to hit the subscribe button. We are currently